Hi everyone, and welcome back to Bellaocity Travel. I'm so excited to be sharing another travel tip with you all today. Today we're diving into a topic that's been making headlines lately: hidden cameras in Airbnb properties. It's a scary thought, right? You book a beautiful Airbnb for a relaxing getaway, only to discover that you're being secretly filmed. Unfortunately, this is becoming a growing problem, and it's important to be aware of the risks before you book your next stay. So buckle up and let's get started. Imagine this. You've just arrived at your Airbnb after a long day of travel. You're excited to unpack, relax, and enjoy your vacation. You start settling in, putting away your things, maybe even snapping a few photos to share with your friends. But then, you notice something strange. A tiny blinking light catches your eye. Hidden in plain sight, disguised as an everyday object, is a camera. This isn't a scene from a horror movie, my friends. It's a terrifying reality for a growing number of Airbnb guests. As more of these incidents come to light, travelers are becoming increasingly concerned about their privacy and safety in Airbnb rentals. The discovery of hidden cameras raises serious questions about the vetting process for Airbnb hosts and the platform's commitment to guest safety. In the next section, we'll delve into Airbnb's response to this growing issue. So how has Airbnb responded to this alarming trend? Well, the short answer is, it's complicated. Airbnb has publicly condemned the use of hidden cameras in its listings, stating that it violates their terms of service. They've also removed some listings and banned hosts who were caught engaging in this unacceptable behavior. However, many argue that Airbnb hasn't done enough to protect its users. Unfortunately, the discovery of hidden cameras in Airbnb rentals isn't just a hypothetical concern. It's a chilling reality that has played out in headlines and personal stories across the globe. These stories, sadly, are not isolated incidents. They represent a growing trend that has left many travelers feeling vulnerable and violated. It's a breach of trust that cuts deep, leaving many wondering if they can ever truly feel comfortable in a rental property again. Let's take a closer look at some of the specific incidents that have come to light. In one particularly disturbing case, a group of friends renting a beach house discovered a hidden camera concealed within the smoke detector in the living room. In another case, a young woman traveling solo found a hidden camera disguised as a button on her bedside lamp. These stories are not meant to scare you, but to underscore the very real threat that hidden cameras pose to unsuspecting travelers. It's a violation of privacy, a betrayal of trust, and a stark reminder that we can't always rely on others to prioritize our safety and well-being. The impact of these incidents extends far beyond the individuals directly affected. Each story of hidden cameras found in Airbnb rentals chips away at the trust that travelers place in the platform and in the concept of short-term rentals as a whole. The discovery of hidden cameras shatters that trust, leaving many travelers feeling anxious, vulnerable, and uncertain. It forces us to question our surroundings, to scrutinize every nook and cranny of our rented space. This erosion of trust has far-reaching consequences for the travel industry as a whole. What makes the issue of hidden cameras in Airbnb rentals even more concerning is that it doesn't appear to be a series of isolated incidents. Critics point to the fact that Airbnb relies heavily on users to report hidden cameras, placing the burden of detection and enforcement on the very people who are being victimized. This lack of comprehensive oversight and enforcement creates an environment where unscrupulous hosts can exploit the system. The issue of hidden cameras in Airbnb rentals is not confined to any one country or region. It's a global problem that has been reported on every continent, from bustling cities to remote countryside retreats. This widespread nature of the issue highlights the need for a coordinated global response, with governments, law enforcement agencies, and the travel industry working together. By being informed about the risks of hidden cameras and taking proactive steps to protect ourselves, we can help to create a safer and more secure travel environment for everyone. Airbnb, like any global platform connecting millions of users, faces a delicate balancing act. On one hand, they need to ensure the safety and privacy of their guests. On the other, they must navigate the complexities of regulating a vast network of independent hosts. The sheer volume of listings, the reliance on host honesty, and the difficulty in proving the existence of hidden cameras create a complex landscape where enforcement becomes a formidable task. Airbnb's policies are clear about the prohibition of hidden cameras. They state that hosts must disclose any devices capable of recording audio, video, or still images. However, translating these policies into tangible action across a global network of millions of listings presents significant challenges. This reliance on host honesty, while efficient in many ways, creates vulnerabilities that can be exploited by those with ill intentions. One of the most significant criticisms leveled at Airbnb's approach to hidden cameras is the heavy reliance on guest reporting. This places a significant burden on travelers who are often unfamiliar with their surroundings and may not be equipped to detect sophisticated surveillance equipment. This added stress and anxiety detracts from the enjoyment of travel and undermines the sense of relaxation and security that Airbnb promises. Furthermore, even if a guest suspects the presence of a hidden camera, proving its existence can be challenging. While Airbnb has taken steps to address the issue of hidden cameras, many argue that more needs to be done to protect guests and restore trust in the platform. One suggestion is for Airbnb to implement stricter verification processes for hosts, including background checks and more thorough property inspections. Another proposal is for Airbnb to invest in technology that can help guests detect hidden cameras. Additionally, Airbnb could strengthen its support system for guests who report hidden cameras. Ultimately, addressing the issue of hidden cameras in Airbnb rentals requires a multifaceted approach that prioritizes transparency, accountability, and a genuine commitment to guest safety and privacy. Airbnb must move beyond reactive measures and embrace proactive solutions that empower both guests and hosts to create a safer and more trustworthy travel environment. This includes being transparent about the challenges they face and working collaboratively with stakeholders to develop innovative solutions. By prioritizing trust and safety, Airbnb can foster a more positive and secure experience for everyone. When you sign up for Airbnb, or any online platform for that matter, you're entering into a legal agreement. Airbnb's terms of service, while extensive, do address the issue of surveillance devices. They clearly state that hosts are prohibited from having any undisclosed cameras in their listings, especially in private areas like bedrooms and bathrooms. Hosts are required to disclose the presence and location of any recording devices, regardless of whether they are active or not. This shared responsibility aspect can sometimes lead to confusion and disputes, particularly when it comes to defining what constitutes a reasonable expectation of privacy within a rental property. Airbnb's emphasis on shared responsibility for privacy is a key element in their terms of service. They expect both guests and hosts to act respectfully and within the bounds of what's considered socially acceptable behavior. This highlights the challenge of finding a one-size-fits-all approach to privacy in the sharing economy. This ambiguity underscores the need for clear communication between hosts and guests, as well as a thorough understanding of Airbnb's policies and how they're enforced. Section 3. The Gray Areas, Interpretation and Enforcement. Airbnb's terms of service provide a framework, but practical application involves navigating nuanced situations and subjective interpretations. What constitutes a private area within a rental property? Can a host claim ignorance about a hidden camera installed by a previous tenant? These are just a few examples of the gray areas that can arise. Airbnb's enforcement mechanisms have limitations and rely heavily on user reports. The burden of proof often falls on the guest, who might be apprehensive about confronting their host. Airbnb's response to violations can vary, creating uncertainty and frustration for guests. Section 4. Seeking redress when things go wrong. If you find yourself in the unfortunate situation of discovering a hidden camera in your Airbnb rental, it's crucial to act swiftly and decisively. First and foremost, document everything. Take photos or videos of the camera, its location, and any other relevant details. Note the date, time, and any other pertinent information that might support your claim. Next, contact Airbnb immediately. Their platform has a dedicated section for reporting safety and privacy concerns. Provide them with all the evidence you've gathered and a clear account of the situation. Be polite but firm in expressing your concerns and the impact this experience has had on your stay. In addition to reporting the issue to Airbnb, you might also consider contacting local law enforcement. Laws regarding surveillance and privacy vary from place to place, but it's essential to be aware of your rights and explore all available avenues for seeking redress. Section 5. Knowledge is power. Understanding your rights. Navigating the world of hidden cameras and privacy concerns in the age of short-term rentals requires vigilance, awareness, and a good understanding of your rights. Before you embark on your next Airbnb adventure, take some time to familiarize yourself with their terms of service, particularly the sections related to privacy and surveillance devices. Remember, knowledge is power. By being informed about your rights, understanding Airbnb's policies, and taking proactive steps to protect your privacy, you can help create a safer and more secure travel experience for yourself and fellow travelers. Stay tuned for the next part of our series, where we'll provide you with practical tips and tools for detecting hidden cameras and safeguarding your privacy while enjoying your Airbnb stay. So, we've talked about the risks, the policies, and the importance of awareness. Now let's get practical. How can you actually check for hidden cameras in your Airbnb and reclaim your peace of mind? The good news is, you don't need to be a tech wizard or a private investigator to do a basic sweep of your rental. With a few simple tools and a bit of know-how, you can significantly reduce the chances of being caught off guard. First things first, familiarize yourself with common hiding spots. Think like someone trying to be discreet. Cameras are often disguised as everyday objects or tucked away in places you might not think to look twice. We'll delve into specific areas in a bit, but keep in mind that anything with a lens, a button, or a small hole could potentially conceal a camera. One of the most effective ways to detect hidden cameras is by checking your Airbnb's Wi-Fi network. Many hidden cameras connect to the internet to transmit footage, and their presence can often be revealed through a simple network scan. Don't worry, you don't need to be a hacker to do this. Several apps are available that make it easy to see all the devices connected to a particular Wi-Fi network. One such app is called Fing, and it's available for free on both iOS and Android devices. Once you've downloaded and installed the app, connect to your Airbnb's Wi-Fi network. Fing will then scan the network and display a list of all connected devices, including their names and IP addresses. Scroll through the list carefully, looking for any unfamiliar or suspicious device names. Hidden cameras often have generic or technical-sounding names that might give them away. Another handy tool in your camera detecting arsenal is a simple flashlight. Hidden camera lenses, even those disguised as everyday objects, reflect light differently than their surroundings. By shining a flashlight around your Airbnb, you can often spot these telltale reflections. Turn off the lights in the room you're checking, making it as dark as possible. Then, slowly and methodically shine your flashlight over surfaces, paying close attention to areas where cameras are commonly hidden, such as smoke detectors, alarm clocks, bookshelves, and electronic devices. Look for any small bright spots of light that appear when the flashlight beam hits them. These reflections could indicate the presence of a camera lens. Keep in mind that some objects, like LED lights, can also reflect light, so don't jump to conclusions immediately. If you spot something suspicious, take a closer look and try to determine if it's a legitimate part of the object or a potential camera lens. Section 4. Inspect and protect a room-by-room guide. Now that you're armed with the knowledge and tools to detect hidden cameras, let's take a room-by-room approach to securing your Airbnb. Living areas. Check smoke detectors. These are prime locations for hidden cameras. Look for unusual wires, lights, or holes. Inspect electronics. Examine TVs, DVD players, and cable boxes for suspicious components. Be wary of devices in odd locations. Scan bookshelves and decorations. Hidden cameras can be disguised as books or picture frames. Look for unusual weight or feel. Bedrooms. Examine lamps and light fixtures. Check for unusual buttons, holes, or reflections. Inspect mirrors and wall decorations. Two-way mirrors and hidden cameras can be concealed behind mirrors or wall art. Look for inconsistencies in the reflection or signs of tampering. Check alarm clocks and charging stations. These bedside staples are popular hiding spots for cameras. Inspect them closely for any added components or unusual features. Bathrooms. Examine toiletries and bathroom accessories. Hidden cameras can be disguised as shampoo bottles, soap dispensers, or even toothbrushes. Be wary of any items that seem heavier than usual or have unusual markings. Inspect shower heads and fixtures. Check for any unusual holes, lights, or reflections, especially on fixtures that point towards the shower or bath area. Look for air fresheners and diffusers. These seemingly harmless devices can conceal cameras, so inspect them closely for any suspicious elements. Section 5. Trust your instincts. If it feels wrong, it probably is. While these tips can significantly reduce your risk of encountering hidden cameras, remember that no method is foolproof. Ultimately, your best defense is your own intuition and common sense. If something feels off, if your gut tells you something isn't right, don't ignore it. Trust your instincts. If you notice anything suspicious, if a host's behavior seems odd, or if you simply feel uncomfortable in your Airbnb for any reason, don't hesitate to report your concerns to Airbnb and, if necessary, to local authorities. Remember, your safety and privacy are paramount. By staying informed, being vigilant, and trusting your gut, you can help create a safer and more enjoyable travel experience for yourself and fellow travelers. Section 1. A flood of complaints. Airbnb users speak out. The discovery of hidden cameras in Airbnb rentals hasn't happened in a vacuum. It sparked a wave of reactions from travelers worldwide, flooding online forums, social media platforms, and even formal complaint channels with stories of concern, outrage, and demands for accountability. Airbnb, despite its best efforts to address individual cases and reiterate its policies against hidden cameras, now faces a growing tide of negative publicity and a dent in its carefully cultivated image as a trustworthy platform for travel experiences. News articles highlighting particularly egregious cases of hidden cameras have gone viral, leaving many potential travelers wondering if Airbnb is doing enough to protect its users. The sheer volume of complaints, ranging from first-hand accounts of discovering hidden cameras to expressions of anxiety and distrust towards the platform, paints a clear picture. This isn't just a few isolated incidents. It's a widespread concern that's shaking the very foundation of trust upon which Airbnb's business model is built. What started as whispers of concern among travelers has amplified into a chorus of outrage, fueled by a growing sense that Airbnb isn't doing enough to address this serious breach of trust. Online reviews, once dominated by glowing descriptions of cozy cottages and helpful hosts, now increasingly feature cautionary tales and warnings about potential privacy violations. Travel blogs and forums, once havens for sharing itinerary tips and destination recommendations, now host heated debates about Airbnb's responsibility to protect its users and the effectiveness of their current policies. The conversation has shifted from "is this really happening?" to "what are we going to do about it?" This shift in sentiment represents a significant challenge for Airbnb. Their success relies heavily on maintaining a positive brand image and fostering a sense of community and trust among its users. The longer these concerns about hidden cameras persist without a comprehensive and reassuring response, the more damage is done to Airbnb's reputation and the trust they've worked so hard to build. One of the most striking outcomes of the hidden camera issue has been the rapid mobilization of online communities, uniting travelers from all walks of life in a shared mission to raise awareness, share information, and demand better protections from Airbnb. Dedicated Facebook groups and Reddit forums have emerged, providing platforms for travelers to share their experiences, offer support to those who've been affected, and crowdsource tips for detecting hidden cameras. These online communities serve as valuable resources for travelers seeking information and a sense of solidarity in the face of a shared concern. Beyond individual support, these online communities have also become powerful catalysts for collective action. They've organized online petitions calling on Airbnb to implement stricter security measures, launched social media campaigns to raise awareness about the issue, and even shared templates for formal complaints to regulatory bodies. The conversation around hidden cameras in Airbnb rentals demands systemic change. Travelers urge Airbnb to implement proactive solutions for safety and privacy. This includes robust host verification, stricter policy enforcement, and greater transparency. Mandatory disclosures about recording devices and detection technologies are also suggested. Travelers want concrete action from Airbnb. The future of Airbnb depends on their response to this call. The new normal, travel with awareness. As we've explored throughout this deep dive into the unsettling world of hidden cameras in Airbnb rentals, one thing has become abundantly clear. Travelers can no longer afford to be in the dark. The days of blindly trusting that our private spaces will remain private are, sadly, fading into the past. But this doesn't mean we have to surrender to fear or abandon the joys of exploring new places and embracing unique travel experiences. It simply means we need to adapt, to become more informed, and to incorporate a healthy dose of awareness into our travel routines. The stories we've shared, the policies we've dissected, and the tips we've provided all point to a new normal in travel. One where we acknowledge the potential risks, equip ourselves with knowledge, and take proactive steps to protect our privacy and well-being. Reclaiming your peace of mind. Actionable steps. Navigate the new landscape and reclaim your peace of mind when booking an Airbnb. Read the fine print. Pay close attention to Airbnb's policies on surveillance devices, privacy, and guest responsibilities. Communicate with your host. Ask about security cameras before booking. Inspect your surroundings. Check for anything suspicious upon arrival. Trust your instincts. Report concerns to Airbnb and local authorities. Support systemic change. Advocate for greater transparency and protections. Knowledge is power, and action is empowering. Safe travels, smart choices, the future of trust. The issues we've discussed surrounding hidden cameras in Airbnb rentals extend far beyond the realm of travel. They reflect a broader societal shift, a growing tension between technological advancements, privacy expectations, and the evolving nature of trust in the digital age. As technology continues to blur the lines between public and private spaces, as we increasingly rely on online platforms to connect us with services and experiences, the need for transparency, accountability, and ethical considerations becomes paramount. The future of travel, and indeed, the future of the sharing economy as a whole, hinges on our collective ability to navigate these complexities and establish new norms that prioritize safety, respect, and trust. Airbnb, as a leading player in this evolving landscape, has a crucial role to play in shaping this future. Your journey continues. Stay informed, stay safe. Thank you for joining me on this important and at times unsettling journey into the world of hidden cameras and Airbnb rentals. I hope this information has empowered you to make more informed choices, to advocate for your own safety and privacy, and to contribute to a more trustworthy and enjoyable travel experience for everyone. Remember, your voice matters. By sharing your experiences, raising awareness, and demanding better protections, you become part of a collective movement towards a safer and more secure travel landscape for all. Safe travels, smart choices, and here's to a future where trust and transparency pave the way for unforgettable travel adventures. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with your fellow travelers. Until next time, happy exploring.